Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emilie and I'm a yoga teacher here on YouTube and also in real life. Today we're going to be doing another Vinyasa flow, which is my favorite style to teach. It's the one that allows me the most creativity, so I hope that you're ready to move for a little bit of heat, for a little bit of a challenge. We're going to be working on compass pose and elephant trunk, which is an arm balance, quite accessible, and then maybe working our way into 8-angle pose. So if you're up for a challenge or if you just want to move, I hope that you're ready. You don't need anything except maybe some blocks if you want to help support yourself for the arm balance. But other than that, just your mat and yourself. All right, so without further ado, let's get started. And we're going to start seated today, so you can just make your way to a comfortable cross-legged seat or Japanese style seat, whichever you prefer. And just go ahead and rest your hands on your knees. You can turn your palms up to face the ceiling if you want to receive energy, or you can turn your palms down and connect to your knees, just if you want to feel more grounded or more connected to yourself. Go ahead and close your eyes, grow nice and tall through the crown of your head, relax your shoulders. And let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths just to release anything that happened during the day to arrive into the present moment. So deep breath in through the nose and exhale through the mouth. 2 more, deep breath in. And exhale through the mouth, release. 1 more. And exhale, release. Now let's start to breathe in and out of the nose deeply, engaging your ujjayi breath, so restricting the back of your throat. You can keep your eyes closed or you can open them, whichever you prefer. 5 deep breaths here. And just taking this time to check in with yourself, to notice how you're feeling today, both in your body and in your mind. And you can slowly start to circle your neck, maybe half circles, bringing right ear to right shoulder and then switching sides, left ear to left shoulder. But if you feel like your neck allows it, you can also go ahead and move in full circles, making sure that you keep the length in all sides of your neck. So you're not dropping your head back, you're lifting the chin up high. And just find movement that feels good. It doesn't have to be completely symmetrical just yet. Let's slowly make our way to a neutral spine, and then keeping your hands on your knees, let's lift the shoulders up high towards the ears and then circle the shoulders back and down. 5 times. Inhale to lift for 4. Exhale, circle back and down. 3 more. And last 2. And last one here, big circles. And now let's bring the fingertips to the tops of the knees. Same circular motions. Try to touch your elbows together. Then imagine you're drawing an imaginary line up. Elbows out to the sides, back and down. And so inhale up and back down. 3 more. With your breath. So each time you lift the elbows, you inhale. Last 2. Last one. And release. Let's bring the hands on top of the knees. Now moving into the spine, we're going to pull the chest forward, gaze up, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then separate your shoulder blades, lean back around your spine, and tuck your chin into your chest. Inhale to pull forward, open up the front body. Exhale to round back. 3 more, breathe in. And breathe out to round, hollow the lower belly. Last 2. And last one here, inhale. Exhale to round back. Now let's come back to a neutral spine. You can place your hands down on the mat. Let's extend the legs out in front of us. And then we're just going to start to point and flex the toes. So feeling the activation in your thighs, still growing nice and tall through the crown of the head, lengthening the spine. Now let's flex and see how your heels might be lifting off the mat. Try to keep them in the air. And we're going to rotate the ankles in one direction. So you should feel that in your thighs. Try to keep your heels off the floor. And switch. Good. All right, now let's bend the knees. You can hug your knees with both hands, opposite hand to opposite elbow. Let's straighten the spine, grow nice and tall. 2 more breaths here. Now the left hand will hold on to both knees. Right hand comes behind you. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale to twist to the right. And on your next inhale, let's come back through center. Right hand holds both knees. Left hand comes behind you. Breathe in, lengthen your spine. Breathe out, twist to the left. And on your next inhale, come back through center. Let's place the hands just beside the hips. So fingers are pointing towards your feet. Feet are hip-width distance apart. On your inhale, let's press into the heels. Lift the hips up high. Exhale, drop the hips down for 5. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. 4. 3. 2. And 1. Let's hold onto the knees. Let's start to rock back and forth. So you can just rock a few times, massaging the length of your spine. And then we're going to make our way into Malasana Yogi Squat. So toes point out, heels point in, knees are wide apart, and then you can bring your hands to the heart space, elbows to the insides of your knees. 5 breaths here, growing tall. And in making sure that you're not just pushing your knees apart with your arms, you're really using the activation in the glutes to separate the knees further and open up the hips. Let's bring the fingertips down to the mat, lift your hips and turn your toes in, heels out. Super stiff today. And then we're going to grab opposite hand to opposite elbow and just dangle side to side. Allow your upper body to sway, opening up the body a little more, finding a little more length. And now let's release the hands down on the mat. Take a deep breath in, halfway lift, heel toe your feet together. Exhale to hinge at the hips and fold forward. Inhale, halfway lift again, find more length. Exhale to fold. One more inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees generously. Let's roll up 1 vertebra at a time. High mountain, reaching the arms above the head. And exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Right fingertips stay down on the mat. Let's bend the right knee. Left arm reaches up above your head. Exhale, left hand comes back down on the mat. Bend your left knee. Right arm reaches up to the sky. Twist. Exhale, circle the right arm down. Straighten both legs, halfway lift. And then let's plant the hands, step back, high plank. Inhale here, exhale, lower all the way down to the floor. Okay, with or without the help of the knees. Now let's tend the fingers, bring your fingertips off the mat on either sides and point your elbows up towards the sky. Lifting from the upper back, inhale, cobra. Exhale to lower. 2 more, inhale to lift. Exhale to lower. And last one, breathe in. Exhale to lower. Let's plant the hands, tuck the toes, send your hips back and up, downward facing dog. And breathe in here. Now let's come high up onto the toes. On your exhale, round forward, high plank. So rounding the spine into a high plank. Once you're in high plank, bend your knees, open up the chest, pull back from the tailbone, downward facing dog. So that's a rolling dog. Let's do 4 more. Exhale, round forward, high plank. Inhale, pull back and up, downward facing dog. Exhale to round. Inhale, pull back and up. Last 2. And last one, exhale, high plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. On your next inhale, the right leg rises. Bend your right knee, open up the hip. Let's circle the right knee in one direction. All right, and then let's pause and switch. Now on your next inhale, 3-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Let's step the right foot between the hands. Lengthen through the crown of the head. And then on your exhale, pyramid pose. Now staying in pyramid, we're going to move into cat and cow with the upper body. So right toes can be on the floor or they can be flexed. That's personal preference. On your inhale, pull your hips back, open up the chest. And then exhale, tuck your tailbone around the spine. Inhale to open up the heart. Very subtle movement. Exhale to round. And you can also have your hands on blocks if the floor is a little too far away. Exhale to round. Last 2. And so moving the whole spine. Last one, let's round. And then inhale, come back to halfway lift. Let's bend the right knee, plant the hand, step back, 3-legged plank. Exhale, lower halfway. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a deep breath in. Let's come high up onto the toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or float your feet to the outsides of your hands. Active squat inhale, so not bending the knees completely. And hold for 3. Now on your next inhale, straighten your legs, heel toe the feet together, high mountain. Exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift, inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, downward facing dog. 5 rolling dogs. On your breath out, roll forward, high plank, rounding your spine. Inhale, pull back from the tailbone, open up the heart. Down dog for 4. Trying to find that wave-like motion in the body. 3. 2. And last one, round forward, high plank. Inhale, downward facing dog. The left leg rises, breathe in. Exhale, bend the left knee, open up the hip. Let's circle the left knee in one direction. And then switch. On your next inhale, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to nose. Let's step the left foot between the hands. Breathe in to find length through the crown of the head. Breathe out, pyramid pose. Now cat and cow. Inhale to open up the heart, pull the hips back. Exhale, tuck the tailbone around your spine. Breathe in, 4. Breathe out to round. 3. And take your time, stay focused. 2. And 1. On your next inhale, straighten the spine, bend your left knee, three-legged plank, step it back. And then let's come through chaturanga. A deep breath in, come high up onto your toes. Exhale, bend the knees, step or jump, malasana. Toes land on the outsides of the hands. Okay, hands come to the heart space. Let's reach the right arm underneath the right knee, and then the left arm reaches up to the sky. On your next exhale, let's bring the hands to the heart space. Left arm reaches underneath the left knee, right arm reaches up to the sky. And let's slowly come back through center. Fingertips come down on the mat. Let's lift the hips, and then you can heel toe your feet together. Chair pose, inhale. Exhale, let's twist to the right. Left elbow hooks the right knee. Lift your heels for side crow. I'm just going to turn around. So for side crow, both hands come to your right on the floor. So first place your hands, make sure your left elbow is connected to your right knee. And then here you can slowly start to lift the hips, making sure you're bending your elbows a lot. Right hip can just find the right elbow, that's fine, using your elbows as a shelf. And then leaning your weight into your hands, see if maybe you can lift your feet off the mat. We're just gonna hold here for 3, 2, and 1. So not too much because we want to save it for the next arm balance. Coming back to chair pose, inhale. And then exhale, twist to the left. Right elbow connects to the left knee. Plant your hands down on the mat. Lean into your hands, bend the elbows a lot. Left elbow connects to the left hip. And then maybe your feet can float off the mat. Hold for 3, 2, and 1. Come back to chair, inhale. Exhale, low boat. 10 times high boat. Either the arms are behind your head or by your sides. Legs can be bent or straight for 10. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release. Let's cross the shins and just walk your hands forward. Release your forehead down towards the mat. On your next inhale, you can walk your hands back towards your knees. And we're going to stay here on the mat now. We're going to move into our arm balance / compass pose. So let's start by extending the right leg out just to stretch. Left knee is bent, left sole of the foot is on the inner right thigh. Let's face the right leg, take a deep breath in, lengthen your spine, and then exhale to fold over your right leg. You can slowly make your way back up. Let's switch sides, bending the right knee, left leg extends. Inhale to lengthen over your left leg. Exhale to fold. Slowly make our way back up. All right, you can bend both knees. We're going to start with the right leg. So let's keep the left knee bent, kind of like we just did in Janushirshasana. And then we're going to bend the right knee, and you can just hold the right leg like a baby. So cradling the baby, just opening up the right hip a little bit. If you're like me and you have really tight hips, then this is a nice little extra thing to do before we head into the balance. And so you might not need all this prep if you're more flexible. Let's just take a few more breaths here. And remember to keep growing tall. You shouldn't be slouching. Chest open, shoulders pulling back and down. All right, now I'm gonna go ahead and interlace my hands around the sole of my right foot and just pull the right knee back into my right shoulder and then straighten the right leg out. So I'm pulling the right knee into my right shoulder, straightening. I'm just gonna do that for 5, 4, 3. And just do this as much as you need. If it's not doing anything for you, you can keep doing the other exercise that we just did, or you can do this longer or shorter. It's very, very personal. All right, I feel ready. So now I'm going to try to bring my knee over my right shoulder. It's not gonna go on top, but pretty close, so as high up as possible. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna kind of do that same movement, so pulling my knee back, except this time my shoulder is underneath my right knee, and then there we go. It's pretty close to the right shoulder. So now I'm going to release my right hand. Maybe before I do that, I'll switch my grip. So my left hand is going to come on top of my right foot and hold the outer blade of the right foot. So fingers are against the sole of the foot, hand is reaching from the top. Now right hand extends out to the right. Okay, this is step 1. And now you can stay here and just try to straighten your spine more. For full compass pose, you can straighten your right leg and then twist, maybe looking underneath your left shoulder. And you can just work on that. Let's hold for 5. And breathing space into the left side of your body. And now let's slowly re-bend to the right knee. We're going to keep the right leg over the right elbow. Both hands can now come on the mat. Now the easiest part is if you cross your left foot over the right. Right leg is squeezing my right upper arm. It's not just staying there relaxed, it's super active. Both hands can come down on the mat. You can lean forward and maybe see if you can pick up your hips. Okay, that's step 1. If you're comfortable here, squeeze your right leg, maybe kick your left leg out. That's elephant trunk. Let's hold for 3, 2,
1. Let's cross the left leg over the right. Now to go into 8 angle, keep your right leg over your upper arm, lean forward, and then maybe straighten the legs out to the side. To come out very slowly, it's all about body weight, and then we can sit back down. I know it's a little bit harder than it seems when I talk about it, but just trust me, loads of practice and you will get there. And it's once you find the right position, it's not that complicated, it's not that difficult, because you always can rest your legs on your elbows. So you just need to really figure out where you're placing your body weight, and then you'll get it. All right, let's do the other side. And feel free to pause the video, try again. I'm just gonna hop on to the left side now. So my right leg will be bent. I'm just going to bend my left knee. I'm gonna do the same prep exercises. So sole of the left foot in my right elbow crease, and then left knee in my left elbow. I'm just going to cradle the baby. Now for the next one, you can stay here, or you can interlace your hands around the sole of your left foot and just straighten and bend. And all the while keeping your spine nice and straight. And so when I said earlier that you might want to use blocks, it's for this. So if you're finding it hard to lift your feet off the mat before elephant trunk, having your hands on blocks can help a lot. It just makes you a little bit more elevated. There's not so much to lift. All right. I need to stop blabbering because I always go on tangents. Let's now come into compass pose. So I'm going to bring my left knee as close as possible to my left shoulder. Somewhere like that. Right hand comes over the left knee, and I'm gonna grab the outer blade of my left foot. Left hand extends out to the left, and then from here, I can straighten my left leg. Just be very gentle here. Don't yank and pull. You should never feel like you're ripping something. And only take what the body gives you. All right, now to go into elephant trunk, I'm going to re-bend my left knee, and now I'm squeezing really hard. I'm going to cross my right ankle over my left knee. This is where your hands can be on blocks. Now I'm leaning my body weight forward, and all I need to do is press it to the mat with my hands. Core is engaged. Now I'm really squeezing my left knee, and then I'm just going to extend my right leg. And hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to cross my right knee over the left. Now, the tricky part is shifting the body weight, making sure all your weight is still on your left elbow for 8 angle pose. And then coming all the way back. You did good. Feel free to pause the video if you want to work on that a little bit more. There's nothing much more to say, just lots of practice, and you need to try it a lot to really feel how it feels in your body to find those right adjustments. You can do as much theory as you want. It's not gonna replace practice. All right, once you're ready, let's come here, legs wide apart. We're just going to side bend. Right elbow can either come on the right thigh or on the floor. Left arm reaches up and over. On your next inhale, let's come back through center, and then left elbow on the thigh or the floor. Right arm reaches up and over. Let's come back through center. And then you can keep your legs wide apart. You can also bring them a little bit closer together if that feels good. We're just going to fold. So flexing the toes, deep breath in to lengthen, and then exhale to slowly fold forward. On your next inhale, let's slowly rise up. And then you can bring your knees together with the help of your hands. And we're going to come all the way down to the mat, one vertebra at a time. Once you're there, let's lift the legs up towards the sky. And now you can either do one leg at a time or both legs together. Let's slowly lower the legs down towards the mat, keeping your middle back grounded. And then inhale to lift. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Continue, go all the way into plow pose. Feet behind the head. 5 breaths. And now core control. Let's come all the way back down to the mat. And then your hands can hold onto the outer blades of your feet, bending your knees out to the sides for happy baby. Feel free to once again straighten the legs or keep them bent, or you can even bring your knees into your chest if you prefer that. Whatever feels good here. Whatever you feel your body needs before Savasana. And we're going to do a twist after this. Let's slowly bring the knees together. And then for the twist, both knees go over to the right. Left arm reaches out to the left. 5 breaths. On your next inhale, let's come back through center. And then both knees go over to the left. And next inhale, come back through center one last time. Give yourself a big tight squeeze, a big hug, you deserve it. Forehead into the knees, inhale. And then hold the breath and squeeze as tightly as you can for 3, 2, 1. And then exhale, release, Savasana. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. Holding all that remaining tension, hold the breath. And then exhale through the mouth, let it all go. And enjoy this moment of complete relaxation, allowing your body to be heavy and soft. Observing if you feel any of the after effects of the practice. And for the next few moments, resisting any urge to move and just allowing yourself to enjoy the present moment. in your own time. You can start to deepen the breath and stretch in any direction that feels good. And just taking your time to come out of Savasana mindfully, keeping your eyes closed. And gently making your way up to a comfortable seat. And once you are, take a moment to reflect, to check in. Noticing how you feel now sitting here compared to how you felt sitting here when we started the practice. And noticing without any judgment towards what you find. Just observing if there are any differences. On your next inhale, you can reach your arms above the head. And then exhale, let's bring the hands to the heart space. And as you go forth into the rest of your day, may you have peace in your thoughts, may you have peace in your words, and may you have peace in your heart. From my heart to yours, namaste. There you go. I hope that you enjoyed practicing with me today. If you heard some growling or rowdiness in the background, I'm so sorry. We have a new dog and he's a puppy and they've just been nonstop playing around. So I hope that it didn't come through too much on the tape. But yeah, if you enjoyed the class, please let me know in the comments. I always appreciate hearing from you. And I hope that you enjoyed it, and I will see you next week. Thank you so much, and don't forget to subscribe. Bye.